On today's Primetime Local News, how the city plans to fix Lloydminster sidewalks and trails. And E.S. Laird School is honoring the memory of a former student. Plus, how you can access city facilities for free while helping fund the Lloydminster Place project.
Prime Time Local News, serving the Lakeland and Midwest regions.
City Council looked at the trail sidewalk master plan during the last meeting. The plan details the condition and what needs to be done for the trails and sidewalks within our community.
The challenge is we have concrete and sidewalks that have been there for up to 50 years in a terrific condition, and others not. And the challenge is trying to address those areas where it isn't to make it as safe and accommodatable for people to use the trails and sidewalks, because it's certainly a challenge. If you have mobility issues and the sidewalk is rough or is broken up, it makes it much more difficult to get around in a wheelchair, scooter, walker, even with a cane.
For Council, finding what locations and areas to budget for first is a challenge.
We continuously repair sidewalks and trails yearly. The question now is, where do we put the most emphasis? If we were to obtain additional funding from the federal or provincial governments in the form of grants, we would now have a much better position, or we would be in a better position to put that grant money to use immediately, or plan for it the following year and say we want to put an extra $500,000 to sidewalks and trails improvements and repairs.
The summary of info will be made available to the public from the plan at a later date. Students and staff at E.S. Laird Middle School came together to celebrate the life and honor the memory of a student who took his own life nearly 3 years ago. Students packed the gym at E.S. Laird to remember a student who passed too soon. Jaden Cornett took his own life in June of 2019 after dealing with bullying. This year, he would have graduated from high school.
He just lived to help people. He loved life. One of the best things I found afterwards is a text that he said, I love life. I love to do my things and help my friends. And so there was a lot of plans even at that time, but it just, yeah, we lost him.
This was the first mass gathering for the school since the pandemic was declared. The students heard about Jaden. One student received the Jaden Cornett Legacy Award, and a bench was unveiled in Jaden's memory. Morgan Mann, one of Jaden's teachers, made the bench.
It's a legacy piece in his name and to remember him, but also it was an opportunity to bring our students together here at E.S. Laird to recognize and show a true saber and what that embodies. And Jaden was. He was involved with everything and was good to people.
The bench will now sit on the sidelines of the school's rugby field near 3 trees that were also planted. Jaden's mom, Desiree, says the bench was more than she was expecting.
I was thinking like a little one-seater bench. Like I didn't even realize like he welded and he put his heart and soul into that bench. Mr. Mann is an earth angel and he just doesn't realize it yet. Yeah, like my son, this was his happy place.
Desiree is touched by the support she's received and hopes Jaden's legacy will live on. She says she'll continue to use her platform to help other kids.
Along with the bullying, there's a big mental health, and so there was like 6 months there where Jaden's mental health was just beat on, and so it's just really important that we talk about suicide awareness, we talk about mental health, we get these kids talking because they're not alone, and unfortunately when it comes to bullying and mental health, they're scared to speak out because they don't want to be judged and they don't want to be, I guess, laughed at, but it's so much more important now to talk about that.
A couple of recreation facilities here in the city are giving residents free access to their spaces as a way to get active. As a part of a challenge with participation, facilities like the Service Sports Center are offering residents the ability to drop in free of cost to play sports like volleyball, basketball, and badminton at Mike's Oil Field Service Fieldhouse this Saturday from 9:30 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. This is just one of the multiple ways that the city says residents can get active as the weather warms up.
For everybody to get active, the field houses and the pool are just one ways. We have public skating often, even in the summertime. And then, like I said, there's lots of times in parks and lots of things to do in Lloydminster, and it's important that everybody just gets active.
In addition, you can drop in for free at the Bio Queen Aquatic Center or the outdoor pool on June 17th from 4 to 8:30 p.m. with weather permitting. You can drop in by showing that you've downloaded and registered yourself on the Participation app through your phone. And now let's check in with Shelby Clark, who has a first look at our weather forecast.
At your weather forecast here in the border city, we saw a much more beautiful day than what we were seeing yesterday for sure, and definitely compared to earlier on in the week, I would say. But we are sitting at 19, close to that 20-degree mark. We are seeing a mixture, some sun and cloud. It was slightly cloudier earlier on in the day, but now that sun has started to peek out behind those clouds, and we are seeing a beautiful day here. So hopefully everybody's enjoying their day, getting out there and go check out that carnival, because I know that did start today. I know it's getting a little bit busy now, so get in there. Now switching over to temperatures across the region for Alberta and Saskatchewan. On the Alberta side, we are warming up slightly for our temperatures. Most spots are seeing around 20 degrees at the moment. Marwayne is just hitting 18, while most other spots are now at 21 degrees with Wainwright, Vegreville, and down in Provost. Switching now over to our Saskatchewan side, they are seeing those double digits as well. Slightly cooler compared to the Alberta side. They aren't quite hitting that 20-degree mark just yet, but getting close. Down in Macklin, they are the warmest. They're just reaching past that 21. The rest are seeing around 19, 17 degrees in most spots over on this end, and up in Green Lake and Isle Cross, they are at 15 and 16 degrees. And for North Battleford, from that 19 mark, they will be cooling down by 9 degrees there, just going to a low of 10 for their evening low. So we are still seeing those double digits, so it's going to be a nice warmer evening, I would say. They will be seeing a couple clouds in sight, not seeing too bad of conditions than what they were seeing the night before. Then they will be seeing 25 for Friday tomorrow with a mixture of some sun and clouds. So get ready for North Battleford. They're going to be seeing a beautiful day tomorrow. Cold Lake will be cooling down to a low of 11, so dropping down not too bad either with those double digits, seeing some cloudier conditions. Then tomorrow they will be seeing 22 throughout the day, so warming up slightly, although they will be starting off with some showers, but hopefully some of that sun will peek out from behind those clouds later on through the day. And for us in the border city, we'll be seeing that 11 mark as well. So seeing a beautiful evening, I would say, for tonight. We will be won't be seeing too much showers throughout the evening tonight either. Then tomorrow we will be seeing 22. So warming up for our Friday, we will be seeing a mixture of some sun and cloud, but still seeing a slight chance of some precipitation, unfortunately. And now showing off one of your beautiful photo submissions. Thank you to everyone that submitted some gorgeous photo shots to our weather shots to our Facebook page. You can continue to do so. I will use them on my weather segments. This one is Classic Christine. Thank you for this awesome shot. I thought it was gorgeous seeing those clouds in the sight, even though we are seeing those gloomier conditions. It's nice to see that you're getting out there and getting some nice pictures when you can. So thank you so much again, Christine. And that's all I got for now. We'll have more coming up after the break.
Well, the Muslim community in Lloyd has made significant impacts within the local communities in fighting negative stereotypes. They've put on various initiatives such as Meet a Muslim Family campaign to the popular event Run for Lloyd. And this Saturday, they're at it again with the annual family weekend taking place at the Bud Miller Park. And here to tell us all about it is Saqib with the Ahmadiyya Muslim community. Glad to have you join us today.
Thank you for having me, Jude.
Well, let's get right to it. Obviously, first off, how did the Muslim community and Jamaat, I think, end up in the middle of Lloydminster, of all places?
The Ahmadiyya Muslim community are the Muslims who believe in Mirza Ghulam Ahmad. He came in Qadian. He was born in Qadian, and that is where he had started the community. And then slowly, it started to spread all across the world. We have our headquarters here in Canada as well in Toronto, and then in Toronto in different cities, we have different chapters, and Lloydminster being one of them. We have our established community in a mosque in Lloydminster as well as other cities of Canada as well.
Wow, a lot. Obviously, you're across Canada, which is a great thing. The Muslim community also has done a lot of fundraising, from donating to Lloyd Regional Health Foundation, helping the Olive Tree Interval Homes Men's Shelter. The list goes on. Why is this an important thing for the Muslim community to help in this way?
Right. As Muslims, we believe There are two basic fundamentals of religion. And this is, if I'm not wrong, this is exactly what you find in Christianity as well, in the Bible as well. One is your connection with your creator. The second is your service to humanity. And so keeping that in consideration and all the things that you have mentioned, and the list obviously goes on, in different parts of the world, we do different things. And the purpose behind that is to serve mankind in one way or another, whether they are Muslims or not. Our job is, without any discrimination, we try and help out and try and provide any kind of service and try and make the lives of those who are maybe less fortunate and make their lives a little easier. So this is part of our religion, you can say.
Of course, there's so much we can talk about in terms of what your community does. Just one more question. Have you found the people of Lloyd, how have you found them towards the Muslim community? Have you guys felt safe, accepted? Is there still the need for more education to, in terms of peace and understanding towards your communities in general?
Right. So I've been in Lloydminster for about a year and a half, just over a year and a half. And I've never had any sort of issues personally. There may be some other members who may have experienced some sort of racism, but I cannot speak for others. But in the past year and a half, wherever I've been, I've always felt welcome. There's always those people, the black sheeps, you can say, that basically ruin the name of other people, but you cannot use that to judge everyone else. There's always few people, but at the same time, we do know that the people of Lloydminster, they are welcoming, they are genuinely good people.
As your community is as well too. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on. Obviously, the family picnic is happening this weekend. What can people expect, and can anyone join you?
Anyone can join. It's not an issue. There's obviously a picnic. It's an opportunity for family members to come together to meet new people, meet new friends. There will be barbecue. So if there are people who wish to join us, they are more than welcome to do so. We have invited, in fact, the mayor of the city as well. So we're hoping that he will be joining us. So it's an opportunity for everyone after COVID to just get together with their families and get out of that bubble that the COVID had created, that the social bubble, and people are afraid to go out and mingle together with other people and have that the social life with other people and speak to other people and open up to new relationships. So it's a way and opportunity for that.
Yeah. What can we expect there? Lots of barbecue, obviously, lots of different mix of people.
Lots of good stuff. Hopefully some games for children as well. There will be football, frisbee. There may be some cricket as well. So those who are interested, who would like to learn cricket, we can perhaps have that there as well and teach this sport specifically. Obviously, it's a sport not played much here, but if people want to learn, they're more than welcome to.
Whereabouts in Budmiller Park is it going to happen?
It's one of the areas of Budmiller. So in the evening at around 5 p.m., anyone who walks through, they will be able to tell that there's an event going on, and there will be a lot of children there. There will be a lot of families there. More than one barbecue will be at one location, so you'll know right away that this is the location.
Thank you so much for joining us, and I hope the party is great and the event is a great turnout and the weather is great for you.
Thank you very much. You're more than welcome to join us as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Furniture set and design supplied by Furniture Gallery and Furniture House, downtown Lloydminster.
Joining us today for Primetime Local News is Jerry Duhame with Just Cruisin'. Thank you so much for taking the time to be able to speak with us today, Jerry.
Well, thanks, Shelby. It's nice to have you back. Thank you.
Of course, always happy to be able to have you on here and be able to speak about the Show and Shine event. It's a popular one here in the border city. So I wanted to ask, how many years has this going on now? What year would this event make it for coming up here on Saturday?
This would be the year 14 for the big show. And it's been going pretty well for the last, other than for the COVID year where we had to cancel.
14 years. That's definitely been quite a few years now. It's been here in the border city. So I'm glad it's able to continue on now for residents and people that want to show off their nice vehicles. Now, for those previous events, how has that support been from residents?
Oh, it's been phenomenal. We've just kept growing and growing. I think that we can safely say that we're the largest car show between Saskatoon and Edmonton now, as we've kept growing and growing over the years. And the sponsor support has been phenomenal. This year in particular, they really got behind us. We've been basically 2 years in the making. So although we managed to squeak one in last year in September, it was a little bit smaller show, but this year we're going all out back to the multiplex, and everything's going to be flat out as much as we can anyway with the weather.
Oh, well, that's really good to hear. And I hope, we get some nicer weather here for the Show and Shine event coming up on Saturday. We've been seeing some gloomier conditions, so hopefully we'll have a beautiful day on Saturday. Is there any changes happening with this year's that you're already saying, you had to not be able to do it for COVID? So is there going to be some certain changes for this new year?
Well, one thing we're doing this year is we're bringing back all the kids' zone events. Last year, we chose not to do it just because of some of the COVID rules, and wanted to make sure that we had a healthy and safe environment that we were working in. And so this year we're bringing back the kids zone, which means the make and take, where the kids get to take a plastic model, put it together, courtesy of IG Private Wealth, Children Associates, and take it home with them. We call it the make and take. And then the other thing is the matchbox racing, courtesy of You Can Do. Gary Olin and family run that for us, and they bring the cars, and the kids get to race it on a special track. And if their car they pick doesn't win, they switch it and get another car and keep racing until they win. So the kids can take stuff home, and there's no admission charge for the public and no charge for the participants. So it's a pretty good event.
Oh, awesome. It's good to hear that there's some more family activities coming back. I'm sure families here are going to really love that, and all the kids here in the border city. Can you kind of explain the history of what Show and Shine event is all about, just for others out there that may not be aware?
Well, we've started Show and Shine about 14 years ago. And what it is, it's you can bring basically anything that rolls, anything with a motor and wheels. And in fact, just about anything. We've had tractors, we've had motorcycles, we've had a snow plane once come in, and we're just trying to encourage the hobby as a activity, and encourage people to bring their vehicles out. Lloydminster has a ton of classic cars. You just have to go out any evening when it's a nice evening and you see them rolling around. And some of them I haven't been able to see up close myself, although we try to track them down and invite them out to our cruise nights on Wednesday nights. But it's just a fun thing for people to see vehicles that have been restored, perhaps in their original state, in the state of being restored. We have some pretty cool stuff coming. We have an alcohol dragster. Mark Venance and Dwayne Maxwell have fired this up for us about 3 different times in three different events, and they're coming back at us for one more time this year. If you've never been to a racetrack or heard a dragster start up, it's quite an incredible sound and a lot of power. It's kind of cool.
And for people that are still interested on registering, or how is that working right now for registration? Where can they go to register online, and how is it going to work for this year?
The registration is not pre-registered. You just have to show up. It's on Saturday from 9 to noon. The show is from 10 to 3. We have 20 different awards, which we're handing out at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Everything from the top 10. We have the mayor involved. He does a mayor's pick. He picks a vehicle. We have Best Original. We have President's Choice. One of the key ones is the Participant's Choice, where you're judged by your peers. We don't judge the cars. Your participants judge all the vehicles. And if you get the Participant's Choice, that's a pretty prestigious award to win. And then the general public get to pick one called People's Choice. So there's lots of awards and lots of fun things to do. We do have a couple of awards that are kind of unique to us, and that we've lost a couple of members over the years, and their family wants to stay involved. And so they're giving away their family memorial award to a vehicle that they pick. So lots of things happening, lots of things to do. Good food. We'll have lots of food trucks there, some local ones, some from out of town. The mini donut guys are back, so it should be fun.
Okay, perfect. And for people wanting to find more information about where and when, I know you already brought it up a little bit earlier on in the interview, but for people that want to find more information online, where can they look and find some more information on the sponsors as well?
Absolutely. We're on Facebook. My phone number is on the poster, which is also on our website, which is www.justcruising.com. Facebook's probably the best option, but they can call me at 780-871-1906.
Awesome, Jerry. Well, really glad we're able to have you on here and be able to speak about this, and hopefully we'll help get the word out and more people will come and participate and show up for the Show and Shine event this year.
Thank you very much, Shelby. We'd like to see lots of local cars out, and some come as far away from Calgary, Saskatoon. So it's good to show up and show your vehicle and come and have some fun.
And enough with taking a quick look at your 7-day forecast. We will be seeing some nice temperatures for the weekend, so hopefully everybody gets out there and enjoys it. We will be seeing those 20s on the board there, and we will be seeing a high risk of a thunderstorm on Saturday, but don't worry, we will still be seeing some sunnier days ahead. Then we will be continuing that warm streak into next week with 22 on Monday and Tuesday with a mixture of some sun and cloud. We won't be seeing too much rain next week, so everybody should be happy for that one. And next Wednesday and Thursday we will be seeing 21 and 20, so summer is slowly moving in here.
Slowly moving in. We love to see that. Less rain. It's getting even better as the weeks continue. That's all. Our second hour continues next.